Good morning and aloha. Thank you so much for inviting me here to speak with you today. My name is Rene Elizabeth Manfredi and I am 28 years old. I've been a part of Special Olympics Hawaii for 5.5 years now. Being a part of Special Olympics has really changed my life. It has not only allowed me the opportunity to take part in sports I thought I never would, but it has also given me confidence and self-esteem in all areas of my life. I am a person with an intellectual disability, and Special Olympics is an open door for people like me where so many doors are shut. The first doors I remember being shut for me were in school. I met with frequent challenges from both classmates and some teachers, with difficulty accepting me with my disability. This has been my biggest problem in life. Fellow students laughed at the way I acted. I was often made fun of, ignored, talked over. There was not any awareness spread as to why I was different, or how I could be a part of a class, or a part of a team. Few people understood what it meant to have an intellectual disability. There was never a place I could go, or a group with whom I could meet, that would allow me to be, well, me. And team sports were just something other people got to do. I know the same is true for many of my fellow Special Olympic athletes. We all, as humans, want to be included, but it's hard when we are labeled as retards, weirdos, and outcasts from our peers. I know this was also difficult on my mom and my sister Nikki, who is 3 grades ahead of me. She was often picked on because of my disability with questions like, "Is your sister retarded?" or "Is she stupid?" and "Why is she so weird?" I know she loved me and I know she tried to support me, but the daily struggle was big and lonely. While writing this speech, I asked Nikki this question: how would Special Olympics have made our lives different if we had been in these programs when I was younger? Her response was this: "I cannot even fathom how our lives would have been different if we had been a part of Special Olympics. I so often felt like I could not help you in your fight." She felt she was in this battle by herself. If we had had Special Olympics and any of its programs behind us, she would not have felt alone. She would have felt more confident in our battle. And then there is my mom, who was there each day to hear how the day went, good or bad, to wipe tears as needed, and who continually worked to educate the faculty on my behalf. She dedicated so much of her time and energy to support me throughout my school years, really making it up as she went, she said. To have been a part of a group where there was so much support would have not only taken a huge burden off her shoulders, but would have benefited us all. When I first joined Special Olympics, I was uncertain of how I would be treated. But when everyone was so welcoming, I thought, wow, this is where I belong. No one teased or sighed if I messed up in any of the sports I tried, not even the parents or coaches. In Special Olympics, I am a part of a team. I am not the outcast. In fact, no one is. My team became like a second family. Each one of us is different, but all in all, we are all the same. Each one of us wanting to be given a chance and to be treated with respect. I was also amazed at all the skills the athletes had and in all the sports they could compete in. I have now participated in a variety of sports within the program, such as sailing, bowling, softball, basketball, swimming, soccer, and I love it. Special Olympics has given me something to look forward to every week, especially now that I'm an adult and I'm not in a school system anymore. I benefited from the discipline and exercise that is mandatory for competing in any sport. I've also learned to be more responsible from being on a team, and I really enjoy supporting and encouraging my teammates, as well as being encouraged and supported by them. The self-confidence I have developed through my involvement has helped me not only on the playing field, but also in my everyday activities. I've made friends and feel better about myself as a person. I am more aware of my place and purpose in this world. Then there is that ripple effect. How has this helped my family? Not being alone, for one. Having the joy of watching me participate in activities that I was often left out of, for two. And most importantly, they know they are a part of something bigger that supports and dignifies people like me. It has been my privilege to be a part of something as wonderful as Special Olympics. I think one reason Special Olympics seemed like such an amazing thing after all those years of feeling out of place is that I'm a part of something great. And Special Olympics is great. As athletes, we all work together to achieve our goals. We all pull together to do something that no one on the outside world would ever believe we could. But what about those people in school who call us names? What about those who make people like me feel weird or stupid or unwanted? What about those future athletes? It is nice to feel a part of a team, but I want that team to grow. I do not want it to be just for us and our families. I want mainstream kids in schools to accept students with intellectual disabilities, not just as classmates, but as peers. I want teachers and principals to appreciate these students and understand who they are. People with value, people with something to contribute, not people to be passed over. One way this is possible is through a Special Olympic program I learned about called Project Unify. For those of you that do not know about Project Unify, let me share with you what that program is. Project Unify is where Special Olympics and the Department of Education partner together using sports and education programs within the school community to encourage students to promote acceptance, respect, and dignity for their peers with intellectual disabilities. I first met these young students of this program at Global Messenger Training. I was really impressed with how Special Olympics was working to expand equality, appreciation, and respect for people like me. I was really touched to see this partnership between the mainstream kids and the kids with intellectual disabilities, working together on plans to educate their schools to treat students with intellectual disabilities with dignity through sport events and End the R Word campaigns. These young adults of today are our leaders of tomorrow. Just imagine the difference they will make. If my schools had had Project Unify, I'm sure that my whole childhood would have been different. My school days are over, but what about those future athletes attending school now? How will they look back on their childhoods when they are older? I hope they are happy with what we've left them. Classrooms and schools wherein students with an intellectual disability are truly a part of a team. Special Olympics, Project Unify, and all the other wonderful programs are our most effective ways in which we can spread awareness about what it means to be an individual with an intellectual disability in our society today, as well as being the only opportunity for sports and fellowship for adults with intellectual disabilities. But our goal should not merely be an understanding. Our goal should be to spread acceptance and respect as well. We want our mainstream peers of all ages to understand and accept us, not because we are different, but because we are people with value. I encourage you, no, I implore you to keep going on with this fight, because this fight for acceptance with intellectual disabilities is a very big one, a daily one for me. Actually, I would consider it a war of acceptance, if you will. But this war is being fought back with Special Olympics as well as all the programs within Special Olympics. I really am so grateful for these programs within Special Olympics. Not only have they helped me develop skills and confidence and self-esteem, but it has also helped support my family. What I'm here to tell you today is that Special Olympics is far from finished in completing their task. Special Olympics and Project Unify have really improved the lives of people with intellectual disabilities, as well as people without. But just imagine what tomorrow would be like if we weren't made fun of, ostracized, or ridiculed just for having an intellectual disability. If instead we were valued as human beings with a place and purpose in everyday society. You, as the board of directors and the staff of Special Olympics Hawaii, can help make that happen. All the hard work you are doing to improve Special Olympics and reach out to the community, as well as society, can really make that happen. You are the difference. We athletes and families really need your help in keeping Special Olympics going. We would like you to tell other programs and businesses our story so that Special Olympics can continue to grow and help current and future athletes like me. All of you here today can help change the lives of even more athletes and their families. Please do not think that this is all there is to do, because it's not. There is still a lot more to be done, and I ask you to please continue to look to the future and think about what else can be done and where we can go from here. Thank you so much for your time today. I certainly hope that my message has meant something to you. Thank you for all the hard work you are doing for my organization. Your hard work and your devotion is not wasted. Why do you want to be a Sergeant Shriver International Global Messenger? Truth be told, I never dreamed or imagined that I would be nominated to be an International Global Messenger. But I think one reason I want to be a Sergeant Shriver International Global Messenger would be to have the opportunity to reach out and make a difference for people with intellectual disabilities, not only here in Hawaii, but around the world. I want to be able to help others not go through what my family and I went through before we had the support of Special Olympics. I also don't want to be afraid to try new things. I have been told I am a very friendly and outgoing person. I really enjoy talking to people in a small group setting or individually, as well as speaking to them as a presenter. I am also a singer. I have sung the national anthem and Hawaii state song Hawaii Pono'i for several opening ceremonies, as well as performing on Hawaii's Extraordinary Abilities talent show, which I won. Why is Special Olympics important to you? Special Olympics is important to me because it has given me the opportunity to participate in a variety of sports I was often left out of, or I was too scared to try. I didn't understand what to do or how to play. Sports was something I watched other people get to do. I saw them cheering for each other, having teammates, friends, and they never wanted me. Special Olympics wants me. I am a part of a team. They support me, even though I have an intellectual disability. They are the support for people like me. I want children all over the world to have a different experience in school than what my sister and I had. With Special Olympics and programs like Project Unify, that is possible. My involvement in Special Olympics has shown me that I have a voice to tell others about how Special Olympics has changed my life, and to share what I have learned and seen about Project Unify to others. I am able to communicate with the staff about concerns, as well as impact my community. I want to be the best voice that I can be for Special Olympics and Project Unify. I believe I can be a good representative for the athletes of Special Olympics, as well as to help others with intellectual disabilities find their voice. What impact do you hope to have on Special Olympics as a result of serving as a Sergeant Shriver International Global Messenger? The impact I hope to have is in spreading awareness about Special Olympics, and especially about Project Unify, so that this fantastic organization can continue to grow around the world. If people without disabilities don't care, then there would not be Special Olympics, and we don't want that. We want people to care. I do not want anyone with a disability to be left out, made fun of, ignored, or watched from the sidelines. I want them to be accepted for who they are, because each person has something to contribute in this world. I would like to help others reach their full potential and have something to look forward to every week. I want everyone to know the opportunities that Special Olympics offers for people with intellectual disabilities. I hope that I've made an impact in Hawaii. I would be honored to have the opportunity to share these same experiences with the world. As you know, I'm from the Aloha State, and I would absolutely love to share some of our aloha with the rest of the Special Olympics ohana.